You know what? Emmerdale never lets us breathe for long, does it? Just when we think peace has finally returned to the village, another storm hits. And next week, it's chaos again. Heartbreak and one shocking moment that could tear relationships apart for good. We've got Aaron catching out Robert, Joe in serious trouble, and Caleb facing something completely unexpected. So grab your tea and maybe a biscuit, because this week's Emmerdale spoilers are heavy. Spoiler 1. Aaron walks in on Robert and Kev. If you thought Robert and Aaron were finally getting their happy ending, think again. Because next week, everything blows up and it all starts with one stolen kiss that should never have happened. Robert's been juggling lies again, pretending everything's fine between him and Aaron. But what he's hiding is a massive secret. His so-called past with Kev wasn't left behind in prison. It followed him straight back into the village. Fans might remember Robert's habit of lying to protect people. He's done it with Chrissy, with Rebecca, and now he's doing it again. Only this time, the person he's lying to is Aaron. And honestly, that's the one man he shouldn't ever lie to. Next week, Aaron spots Robert and Kev together. And not just chatting, let's just say the moment leaves him frozen, broken, and furious. Imagine it, after everything they've survived, prison, John's madness, all the heartbreak, Aaron sees the one thing he thought was impossible. Robert looks horrified the second he realises Aaron's seen them, but it's too late. Fans have waited years for Rob Ron to find peace, but now it feels like we're right back to square one. The question is, will Aaron walk away for good this time, or will Robert somehow talk his way out again? This one's going to hurt, and it's going to set the tone for the rest of the week. Spoiler 2. Dylan turns spy for Ray. Now from heartbreak to danger, and it's the younger lot getting tangled this time. Marlon's trying his best to fix things with April, who's still keeping her distance after everything that happened with Leo and that awful scare. But next week, the poor man's worries grow when he realises April and Dylan are mixed up with Ray, and Ray is no ordinary troublemaker. Ray's mum, Celia, has made it clear that April's in too deep, and Dylan, being the soft-hearted lad he is, decides to play middleman. On the surface, he's just helping, but underneath, he's spying for Ray. The whole thing's heartbreaking because Dylan doesn't even realise how dangerous Ray's world really is. He thinks he's protecting April, but he's walking right into a trap. When Marlon offers Dylan a job at the Woolpack to keep him close, you can tell he's desperate to rebuild trust. But behind the scenes, Ray is putting pressure on Dylan to steal business information. And, of course, Jai ends up catching him snooping around Caleb's office. Still, Dylan somehow gets away, and Ray's impressed. Too impressed, actually. By the end of the week, Ray's pushing for another job, but Dylan finally says no. Good on him, but saying no to someone like Ray? That's never the end of it. You just know this isn't finished. Spoiler 3. Joe runs down Jimmy. This one, honestly, it's brutal. Things between the Kings and Joe have been tense ever since Carl got into trouble over that awful photo incident. Nicola's been trying to move on, but Joe just can't let it go. He thinks Carl got off too lightly, and that anger is about to cost him everything. Next week, Joe's emotions boil over, and while he's driving, he loses focus for just a second. And in that 1 second, everything changes. Jimmy ends up on the road, badly hurt. Joe's horrified, panicking, trying to make sense of what's just happened, and then realises Caleb saw everything. From there, it spirals fast. The police are called, Nicola rushes to the hospital, and what she walks into only makes things worse. Joe standing right there, claiming it was an accident. But Nicola doesn't buy it. She's convinced he did it on purpose, and honestly, can you blame her? Joe's been angry for days. Still, Dawn's caught in the middle, trying to protect her family while keeping the peace. By the end of the week, the tension's unbearable. Nicola wants justice, Joe's panicking, and Caleb, well, he's holding all the cards. This could explode into something much bigger than anyone expects. Fans might remember whenever Nicola's family gets threatened, she doesn't stop until she's had her say. And she's about to make Joe's life very difficult.
Spoiler 4. Caleb's unexpected delivery. Just when Caleb thinks he's seen it all, business trouble, family chaos, life throws him something completely unexpected. Joe heads up to see him at the depot, still tense after everything that's happened, but while they're arguing, a sound from one of the delivery vans stops them cold. And when they open it, shocker, there's someone inside. A young woman, terrified, hiding. Her name's Anya. She's come from overseas, clearly exhausted and scared, and Caleb instantly realizes this isn't something he can just brush off. Ruby walks in and is just as stunned. You can see the panic in both their faces. Before they can even process what to do, the police show up to question Joe about the accident. And in the chaos, Anya disappears. Ruby runs after her, trying to help, and honestly, it's one of those moments that shows there's still a good heart under all Ruby's attitude. Later, when Liam checks her over, it's clear she's been through something awful. Now, Ruby's stuck. Report it and risk getting the girl in trouble, or stay quiet and protect her. And knowing Ruby, that choice is going to keep her up at night. Here's what matters. This new arrival could open a whole new story for Caleb and Ruby, something that tests both their morals and their loyalty. Hey, if you're still watching and keeping up with all this drama, you're definitely one of us. So before we move on, do me a favour, hit that subscribe button and tap like if you love these Emmerdale updates. It really helps the channel grow and keeps these weekly spoiler chats going. Right, let's carry on, because the next two twists are about to shift things again.
Spoiler 5. Gabby's trust issues with Vinny. Now, over at Daleview, the newlyweds aren't exactly enjoying the honeymoon phase. Gabby and Vinny promised each other a clean slate. No more secrets, but that's easier said than done. Next week, Gabby gets caught doing something she knows she shouldn't. Checking Vinny's phone. When Mandy walks in at the worst possible time and instantly knows something's off. When Gabby begs her not to say anything, it's honestly a sad little moment because you can tell Gabby doesn't want to be this suspicious. She just doesn't know how to trust yet. She's been hurt too many times before. When the truth comes out and it turns out Vinny's messages were completely innocent, she's relieved. But Mandy's face says it all. She's worried these two are already falling apart before they've even found their rhythm. And then out of nowhere, Gabby makes a decision that completely shocks Vinny. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but from what's being hinted, it could be something major about their future. Fans might remember how Gabby handled heartbreak in the past. She doesn't hold back. If she feels betrayed, she acts fast. So could she be ready to walk away again? Your story emotional, Agriana, especially for fans who've seen Gabby grow from a kid into this complicated young woman who's still searching for peace.
Spoiler number 6. Liam's health mission and Claudette's anger. Let's end with something that's actually uplifting, but with a bit of village drama mixed in, of course. After weeks of worrying, Liam finally gets the all clear with his own health scare, and instead of sitting back, he decides to do something positive, launching a campaign to raise awareness about prostate health. Honestly, this is the kind of story Emmerdale does so well. Real, relatable, and something that might even help people watching. Claudette, who's been quietly supporting him, opens up about losing her brother to prostate cancer, which gives the story real emotional weight. It also explains why she's been pushing Liam so hard to take care of himself. But of course, it wouldn't be Emmerdale without a bit of chaos. Claudette soon finds out that Charles hasn't been honest about his own checkups, and she absolutely lets him have it, right there in the Woolpack too. By midweek, Liam's event gets a huge turnout, and there's even a lovely surprise. Kane Dingle encouraging the local men to turn up and get checked. Who would have thought, right? Kane is being the sensible one for once. It's a rare bit of warmth in the middle of all the heartbreak this week, and honestly, we need it. Because between Robert's lies, Joe's accident, and Gabby's mistrust, the village could use a reminder that life isn't always just chaos and secrets. So that's your week in Emmerdale from the 20th to the 24th of October, full of heartbreak, danger, and a few moments of hope too. Robert's double life is crashing down.
Joe's guilt spiraling. Caleb is facing something completely unexpected, and Liam proving that sometimes doing the right thing really can make a difference. Emmerdale's giving us a bit of everything: love, loss, and life lessons, all in 1 week. Now over to you. What do you think Erin's going to do after seeing Robert with Kev? Can Joe talk his way out of the mess he's in? And will Gabby and Vinny actually make it? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I always love hearing what other fans think. If you enjoyed hanging out and chatting through the spoilers, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more weekly updates, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next in Emmerdale. Until next time, take care, keep watching, and we'll meet again soon for another week in the village that never sleeps.